Let me ask you what happens when the world tells a woman she's too small to matter. Sometimes she believes it, but sometimes she becomes a storm they never saw coming. Let me introduce you to Juana Azurduy, a woman history tried to forget, but whose legacy refused to stay buried. Juana was born in 1780 in Chuquisaca, what is now Sucre, Bolivia. Back then, it was part of the Spanish Empire. Her father was Spanish, her mother indigenous. That meant Juana lived in two worlds, one of privilege and one of pain. She didn't fit into either. While other girls were taught obedience and needlework, Juana was drawn to horseback riding and rebellion. She was sent to a convent to be corrected, but she escaped not just the walls, but the life that was never meant for her. She later married Manuel Padilla, a revolutionary who didn't just love her, but he believed in her. Together, they joined the struggle for South Americans' independence. But Juana wasn't just a wife on the sidelines, she was a leader. She organized indigenous militias known as Los Leales, the loyal ones. She rode into the battle. She bled, she conquered. The Spanish Empire was unprepared for a woman, let alone an indigenous woman who would not back down. Then came the unthinkable. In 1816, while Juana was pregnant, her husband Manuel was captured by the Spanish forces. They didn't just execute him, they paraded his severed head through the streets, a barbaric display meant to break her. It should have destroyed her, but it didn't. Juana gave birth days after her husband's death, and then, while still grieving, still bleeding, she returned to the battlefield, because this wasn't just about vengeance, it was about liberation for her people, for her children, for the generations still to come. Over the years, she led her guerrilla fighters to multiple victories against colonial forces. Her leadership was not only recognized, it was respected. The United Province of South America awarded her the rank of lieutenant colonel. Even General Manuel Belgrano, one of Argentina's most revered military leaders, gave her his personal sword as a mark of honor. But what happens after victory? Often silence. When independence was won and new flags rose over the former colonies, Juana received no hero's welcome, no pension, no status. She died in poverty in 1862 at the age of 82, a forgotten warrior of a remembered war. But here's the twist. She didn't stay forgotten. In the 2000, Bolivia named a province after her. In 2009, she was posthumously promoted to the rank of general by the Bolivian army. And in Argentina, a 52-foot statue was erected in her honor. Juana Azurduy did not just fight the Spanish Empire, she fought the expectations placed on women, she fought the erasure of indigenous voices, and she defied the silence of history. She proved that courage has no gender, no status, no limits. Now, what about you? You may never charge into battle, you may never lead an army, but you will face moments that test your resolve. And when you do, remember her. When you're knocked down, rise anyway. When they doubt you, show them who you are. When giving up feels easier, fight harder. Because Juana's story reminds us, greed isn't about never failing, it's about rising stronger and braver. Resilience doesn't mean having no fear, it means moving forward despite it. And courage, sometimes it is as quiet and as powerful as saying, "No, I'm not done yet." They tried to write her out of history, but Juana rewrote her story, and so can you.